one it is.
I know in previous times I was kind of more and better at understanding what you're talking about. This time, what's the scoop of the fucking this illnesses, syndromes?
On these syndromes,
Yeah.
so they all have one characteristic feature in common, which is myotonia, which is that their muscles just spontaneously fire on their own. And
Are there twitching arms and stuff like that or not?
well, so just the muscle fibers, not the
User
whole
joined your
muscle
channel.
itself at one time, but individual muscle fibers will fire on their own, so you don't see the twitching because it's too small. But what you see is, or what they feel is stiffness. They feel like a cramping stiffness in their muscles.
So they're not moving their limbs very fluidly. Instead of it's just.
They can, it just can be a sore cramping sort of stiffness.
Is it maybe caused by the fucking milk thingy?
No,
Milk and
they're all genetic.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the milk, like proper milk from the cow. I'm talking about the milk in the body that gets released when you're tired.
Gets released when what?
You know, when you're exercising, there's some kind of, let's call it milk. It's not real milk. That makes your body understand that you're strained, like that you're tired in the in effect.
Oh, I have no idea what the hell you're talking
Maybe
about.
it's acid. Maybe it's not milk. Give me a
Yeah.
second.
Well, when you do start making produce lactic acid. When you're,
Lactic acid. Maybe it's that.
oh, I see, because lactating in milk is
In-
lactic.
Oh yeah, that's probably that. You see, there was something with lactose, this and that.
Good job, team.
That made you think it's milk.
It's not milk.
Fuck that. Yeah, fucking Latin and Greek, man. They're all
Lactic.
made.
No, it's not from that at all. They're ion channel, muscle membrane ion channel disorders. It's a problem with the ion channels.
But hear me out with this one. I was looking at some TV show. It's something like one of those, you know, you would never believe this, blah blah TV shows. And then there's a dude who can, like, run a couple of marathons in a row. You know, he can run 72 hours without sleeping, just running, because his body is not releasing this lactic acid. It's in fact decreasing the level when he starts running.
This is in some like a sci-fi show.
No, it's real, like proper. Man, I can Google it. I can give you a link.
Yeah?
You'll see it.
I don't know.
It's not one of those, you know, fake things. Let me check it. Man that
So
can
he's
run. Man that can
He's some
run
unique special guy, huh?
forever. Man that can run forever. Yeah, that's it.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they call him mutant superpower, blah blah whatever, but that's just run forever. Dean Arcos. He run 350 miles.
That's wicked.
Yeah, look, this is, I believe that this is not fake. All of this, dudes, they were testing them properly and all that shit, you know. With doctors having fucking machines, equipment, you know, on them and all that stuff. So this guy has that disorder that his body is decreasing the lactic whatever acid, and he was able to run and not, you know, not get tired and everything. And his yeah, so his muscles were not cramping at all. Okay, so this is not it, no problem, but I still
User
have
was
to
moved
share
to your
man.
channel.
And this genetic thing, man, I was reading about hemophilia. You know about that? a
Yeah.
blood disorder, blood coagulation.
They don't clot. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 3 different. I mean, I know you probably know. Probably you know this stuff better than me, but I'm gonna brag still. You know. So there's 3 different kinds of
There's different
hemophilia.
clotting factors.
Yeah. And there's the first one is, let's say, hemophilia A, that is clotting factor 8 deficiency. And then there's hemophilia B with clotting factor 9 deficiency. And then there's hemophilia C, which I'm not 100% sure whether I got it correctly, but it's not common in normal people. It just happens with some specific group of people, and apparently it's one part of the Jewish community in Europe, Ashkenazi Jews, something like that. They have that like genetic disorder, and it's common for them and doesn't happen for normal people. But what I found out about the fucking hemophilia, listen to this, is that there's this X chromosomes and Y chromosomes for males and for females. I forgot which one has which one more. There's like, I think every person has 2 or 3 of them, right?
You have 2 chromosomes. You have 2 of each of your chromosomes, except for your sex chromosome. The X and Y.
Or X and Y.
Wait a second. You have only 2?
You have 2 of each copy.
2 of each, so you have 4.
Except for the sex chromosome.
Female, I guess, have 2 X chromosomes, and men X and Y.
Yeah.
But wait a second, do you have 2 of them or 4 of them?
2.
2.
One from mom, one from dad.
Yeah.
For each chromosome.
Yeah. So female has what? 2.
2X.
3.
2X.
2.
Nice, makes sense. 2 or 3. I'm still
2.
kind of okay. 2. So the thing is, so male has X and epsilon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I call it Y. Is the epsilon Greek for something?
Epsilon is this.
We call it Y.
This is Y? Isn't Y this?
I'm not sure. But you
Let's
writing
see.
something?
Okay. Yeah, I did. I wrote this. This is the epsilon, and this is Y, if I'm not mistaken. But okay. So the thing is,
I don't see that you wrote anything.
in the game, man. Are you not playing?
I timed out.
Oh, lol. So yeah, this is it.
You had me send yes, X, Y. That's what.
X and yeah, okay. So we call this
Y.
epsilon.
Okay, we call it Y.
Okay, alright, my bad. I
Epsilon
thought that
is-
Y is this, but my bad.
Epsilon would be a Greek thing. Or in your own language, like German, it would probably be Ypsilon.
Yeah, it's not my German is not my language, but no problem.
Yeah, but some connections to the rest of the European languages exist in some kind of.
Okay. Let's take it as yes, no problem. So we have this, man is X and Y, and woman is XX. Yeah. So the thing is, if there's a parent, let's say if it's a male, he can have...
So you're going to talk about an X-linked recessive disorder, right? That's what you're...
Yes. If it's a male, this is the funny part. If it's a male, he can have hemophilia, right? And then he passes the fucking genetic disorder to his daughter, but she doesn't have that. You know,
She's
she's
just a carrier.
yeah, she's just a carrier, and then her son will have it. Fuck's
If
sake.
he gets that copy of the X.
Yes,
copy
yeah.
that she
If
has.
but there's
50% chance.
yeah, exactly. But there can also be, I mean, very rarely a female with a hemophilia disorder, and I think that would mainly mean her mother paired with a dude that has a hemophilia, and she also had a carrier. I
Well-
think. No, not sure. Something like that.
So that's one way of doing it. There's another way. There's another. So the females each have one copy of X, right?
Yeah.
In
Two.
any given cell, only
have
one
two.
of them is.
They,
What's that?
they have two
Sorry,
axes.
they have two copies. Yes, one for mom, one for dad. They have two copies of X. But in any given cell, only one of those copies is active, and the other one is inactivated. Now that's different. Which one is activated for each cell? So if it just happened to be that early on in cell differentiation, the ones that were responsible for bone marrow got an unsettling number of the wrong one, and then she produced the ones responsible for the liver producing the clotting factors had more of the copies of the bad one than she could have hemophilia that way. That's called lionization. Lyonisation. Where one copy is inactivated and one's activated. So females can have funny. That rule doesn't always stick. That's what I'm trying to say. Or it's just always just the male and the female never gets it. They never get it to the same degree, but they can have some of the features of the disease.
But
not as bad.
Since you're now talking
At least
about
half
the
their cells
number,
are functioning normally, and the other half are not. So.
now you say cells. Some cells can have predominant X, and the others have predominant Y. So
No. So in the females,
yeah,
because they have two X's, but each cell is only using one of those X's. They turn the other one off. There's that process is called lionization. Anyway, they turn the other one off. So it depends on, in that particular cell, which one of them is active. So it is possible that females might present with some features of X-linked recessive disorders just because they have half of their cells are affected and half of them are not. See? But they'll never be as bad. They'll never be as bad as the male.
Hope my channel for biology, maybe.
What?
We're in the Urban Terror
I
channel.
know.
We're talking about biology.
No, I always talk about the stuff like this, man. Because I read a little and then I'm like, okay, here's what I got, and then I get creator to correct.
But yeah, anyway, you were.
It was just for fun.
The broad strokes of what you said. You got it right.
Yeah. Well, it was solid, man. I was solid with the fucking thing. So here's the thing. Now, when you say which one is, in the cells, I need one more thingy. Because I think I can connect this now with something that I read earlier, unrelated to hemophilia. A person can have one part of the body with something, and then in the other part of the body there's less cells with that, right?
So this is just with respect to X-linked recessive disorders. Only on the X chromosomes. So it's a special thing for the X chromosome, where since men have one copy, and females have two copies, right?
Yeah.
So instead of producing, if they had both their copies active, they would be producing twice the amount of all those proteins that are encoded for on the chromosome. So instead of that, they turn off one of them. One of them is turned off, but in each cell that can be different.
Yeah, and when we're talking about the cells, I need the number, like.
Well, it gives you it's called melanin. So anyway, you get this sort of diarrhea-looking, dark, tarry stool.
Wait.
That's in this. You can bleed not inside the stomach, but outside the stomach into the peritoneal space. There's just a indoor body cavity.
Wait a second. Let me stop you right there. Let's not talk about diarrhea. Let's do the other things. I mean, it's gross, man. Fuck diarrhea. Let's talk about bleeding in joints. So, another thing is, I was like, again, looking at that text, whatever, couple of nights ago, and it said that even though it's $300,000 per person to get them like 2 injections per week for all the hemophiliacs, it is still cheaper if you were doing like that than treat whenever they have problems. And that was one of those, you know, like it's better to, as you always say, it's easier to prevent than to treat disease. But the thing is, I saw two fucking things about that is related to hemophilia. Two interesting
a bit what is
facts.
paid.
Oh, how I mean, what is paid? I guess, I mean, the fucking
Yeah.
social security and whatnot has to pay that, right?
Yeah,
Instead of the...
to prevent things, they sometimes don't pay. Repair, they always pay, anywhere.
oh, you mean like the it wouldn't be paid by the government if there was no severe cases and shit like that?
Well, in the States, I mean, the government is really not involved in most people's medical care unless they make a very little amount of money, or if they're senior citizens, then involved for Medicare. But otherwise, you better have good private insurance in the States.
Yeah.
Your parents better have a good job for these kids who have.
That's not new in any kind. Better is always that your parents have a good job.
Yes, yes, creator, you're not making any sense, man. It's better if your parents have good jobs, regardless of the illnesses and stuff.
It's near 2 o'clock in the morning. Who want to make sense, really?
Okay, so here's the thing. There was two things. First of all, what I didn't know is how they make this, you know, thingy that they give people so they clot better. And there's apparently two different types. One is from humans, by taking, you know,
Or plasma. Yeah, that's the clotting. They just filter it and take out the clotting factor.
yeah, they take, I think I understand it. They take a lot of blood from different, you know, people, and then
Right.
they boil it out, and they
Well, no,
extract what?
They centrifuge it off to separate out the white blood cells, the red blood cells, and then the plasma. And the clotting factors are in the plasma. And
Okay.
they take that stuff, and then I don't know what they do next.
Is
They
the-
get the
is the-
clotting factors.
Plasma, like the most expensive in the blood or not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what costs more. No idea.
So the thing is, there is also a fucking possibility to take this out of some kind of Chinese rats. There's Chinese hamsters, little hamsters. They put them. They take it from them.
Need there to
The
be
clotting.
Chinese?
No, I know they're called Chinese hamsters. That's the thing. So I guess they're, you know, native to China or something. But yeah, I guess they could also make them in fucking, you know, Europe. But the thing is, it's called Chinese hamster. I think I'll check it out. Fucking. Okay, Chinese hamster.
OMG.
Hemophilia. I don't know how to write hemophilia correctly, so that was the
Google it.
Chinese hamster. Yeah, Chinese hamster ovary cells. That's it, bro. You see? Apparently there's some, you know, fucking hamsters in China that are good for this kind of stuff. So I'm not sure how they extract that from them. I guess they also take blood and do the stuff like they do with the human, but I don't know. You know. It says in the ovary cells. So in the past, there was mostly the medicaments, the fucking, you know, thingy was done from human blood, and at one point one of the big, like, human blood factories, not factories, the whatever, how do you call that, collection centers, I guess, got like
Blood
crazy.
banks.
The what? Blood bank, yeah. They went crazy, and then they just put those centers in the jails, and they were taking a lot of blood from, you know, prisons, prisoners.
In the States? Really?
Yeah, in the States.
In
But
the
that was
States?
20 years ago.
Okay, because now if you get blood in the States, I mean, they don't let you. They have a checkbox. Have you been in prison for 72 hours or more? And they just don't even. They're like, that's it. Forget it.
Yeah. So
If you've been in prison for 72 hours or more, you've been fucked in the ass. I guess. So
the thing is,
they just say forget it. It's too risky.
the thing is, 20 years ago they were having those like majority, I don't know percentage, but let's say a majority of the blood collecting, you know, small offices in the prisons. So what they did is they got a lot of HIV blood mixed with, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
with the you know, healthy blood. So they got, I don't know, tens of thousands of people who have hemophilia fucked up and received the illness. I mean, there's a big case, like 10,000 in USA, 10,000 in Hong Kong, 10,000 in Spain, a couple of thousand in France, etc. And it's called something like, yeah, it's not Watergate, but something like that. There's a name for that thing. Let me.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about medication for hemophilia being produced by a company that had their blood collection centers in prisons. Contaminated. Yeah, this is it.
30 years ago.
Well, I don't know. Let me check what they say.
This was a long time ago.
1985.
85.
And before that, in 85 they stopped that shit. But the thing is, yeah, look, Portugal.
Well,
they
when
say,
did we even know about AIDS? I mean, that was not until early 80s, right?
man, you ask me about that stuff. It's not like I'm good with the history of, you know, medical science.
Well,
So
I'm not really good with the history of it either.
this is it. This is it. Yeah, this is the thing that I was reading, I guess. It's Arkansas prison plasma scandal, and the company was called Bayer Corporation, Qatar Biological.
First discovered in 81.
It's from Germany. By the way.
HIV. So yeah,
They produced drugs too, till they got it that it's now will be not so good.
And the thing was, when they noticed that there's a, you know, there's a problem that they're spreading hepatitis and you know, HIV to people who would not normally get it, except if they were treated for, you know, hemophilia. They said, okay, we have another project that's creating a secure, you know, safe blood plasma, but they had a lot of the one that they collected previously, and they were just selling that old stash to, you know, China and Asian countries. So in the next few years they wanted to get rid of the, you know, whatever they already collected.
well, that's fucked up.
And then they got fucked up because in their internal meetings they were talking about that, and they have everything recorded. So they were like, let me get this scandal. What did they say?
Fucked by the media because they shipped the crap outside of Europe, where nobody really cares. Put it simple.
What? Sorry, what?
Yeah, they shipped, like always, in every company like they do,
User
they ship their
disconnected from your
crap
channel.
things out of Europe where no one really cares,
But
and they get rid